Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. I'm continuing the video and I hope that this will go up by Wednesday, maybe Thursday. So the last time we met, I showed you how I tea stained the doilies and by placing them on paper and just sitting at my desk and tea staining them. You could even dry those, by the way, with a heat gun. They dry really fast. You don't have to put them in the sun or the oven or anything. You just sit at your desk and watercolor with tea. So I also showed you how I was going to do my substrate for my mini journal. And so obviously this isn't the one I'm going to be using, and I remembered from the last one I made how I did it, and it's so simple. Let me find the needle that I was working with. Here it is. See how nice this one came out? And this took no time at all. Okay, I haven't done the other side. I don't plan on it. I'm just going to do this side. But all you do is you score it with your needle like this. A lot of people will spray it with water, but I've done that before, and unfortunately it made it really soft, and sometimes I overdo things. So this way I find it a lot easier, because then you just score it and you take your needle and you kind of get it underneath that paper. This is the wrong side, but I'm going to try it anyway. I better go back on this side. Here we go. Let's show you here, because that's the wrong side. The corrugated's on this side. So you just do this. You lift your needle underneath that paper, okay? Like this. Of course, I'm on camera, so it's not gonna do it right. And I am tired because I pulled out a bunch of stuff so that I could show you what steps I was taking next until I get back, which should be either Thursday or Friday, hopefully. Okay, so, and just tears right off. So you don't have all these clumps right here, you know, you just score, and your needle will show you where to score it, and it really doesn't matter where you score it, just as long as you score it with your needle, like this. This is a little bit harder to do because I've already started peeling the paper, but just stick it under there. And I did, when I turned off the camera the last time, I got a new Insta ink box out, and honestly it took me about 15 minutes to do all of this. Okay, so you just take your pen, go underneath where you scored like this. This one's easier because it's not all, you know, mishmashed with too much paper being taken off, and you just peel it off like this. And in about 15 minutes, you've got this kind of a substrate that is so much easier now to bend the way you want it to. And I'm going to have it be like, well, I don't know how I'm going to have it be. I guess I had a, like I made like a little spine. I'll show you. Let me put my needle back. Excuse me. So I have a spine here, okay, like this, and I just manipulated the spine like this, okay. It's an HP Insta ink box, but you can use anything. I'll give you the measurements. And then this is going to come back this way, and I just have to sort of manipulate a little spine here, so that I can put my pages in. And then It will open like this. There'll be signatures in here, something here, and then it will open like this, and the signatures will be in here and something will be here. Now I have chosen some paper I'll put on the front. I want it to be very neutral. I've also pulled some things here, like I have these prayer cards I could add if I cut them down a little bit. I have these prayer cards, which are originals. I don't know if I'll use the originals. This postcard, because, you know, the roses I just think are perfect for any prayer journal. I have some envelopes in case. I have some images that I pulled out of my one of my books, my ephemera books, and then I took some of my older books. This is a German Bible, but it's got this little hymnal in the inside, so I may use some of that. It's really falling apart, so I have to be kind of gentle. It's from the 1800s. I believe it's from 18... This is how it came. Isn't it pretty? But it's really falling apart. It's 1801. So yeah, it's pretty old, but I want to try and save it because I want to make a journal out of the cover for myself one day. And then I have been pulling papers from this French book. As you can see, I don't pull them, I cut the strings so that I can have both pages, you know, together in case I want them that way, because I want to use this cover for a journal. So I'll be using those, some dictionary page perhaps. I pulled out some music paper. I have this book that I was able to find a long time ago. And it's all Christian music, like it says, I see God, but I could cut that out. I could use the music sheet. God is a good God. You know, there's so many words you can cut out of things, not just use the music, but, you know, don't go away without Jesus. I mean, there's just so much you can do with music pages besides, you know, just using them as a page in the book. They have so many great words in them. Fill my cup, Lord, which is perfect for a prayer journal, you know. He is the way, the truth, the life. So I'll be using that. So let me show you what I've chosen for my cover. This is going to be the inside because I'm going to use some gesso because I'm not going to cover all of it. I want some of this corrugated to show. I won't probably gesso it today. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm getting a cold and I really hope I'm not, but I'm just hoping it's because it's so late while I'm videoing this. I also pulled some avocado paper, tea stain paper, and a bunch of images. So for the cover, oh, excuse me. What did I do with those two pieces of paper? I think, oh no. Hold on a moment. Here they are. There's one. Here's one. I know I need two. So this is from the Raindrop Lila. Has a very neutral kit. It's called Pretty Neutrals. It's beautiful. I want this to be very neutral. But of course it will have lots of other colors for other things like the prayer cards and things like that. I've also pulled some silver ribbon, some little pink, little pom-pom trim. And then I pulled out my lace scraps first. I always go to this box first. I pulled out a few doilies. So yeah, so that's what I pulled out so far. I'm going to just put this to the side because I can use it for other things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover this and show you how I'm going to cover it. Now this side I may do individually, but for this side, I'm going to do it the same. So I want to kind of make it so that, you know, the back looks the same going across. Does that make sense? So I think it needs to go, no, I really don't think it matters. You're not going to see much of it anyway. I'll probably have lace and things covering it. I'm going to go this way. So see how I'm kind of matching that up. It's two of the same sheets, if you will. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this down on top of that. And I know that I'm even because this is matching up. Let's see, let me move it out just a little bit so it matches this. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm moving it out, so I can't move it out too far because I don't want that seam. I need to cover that seam, so I can do this. And I think that'll be good, okay? So now I'm going to take, what glue should I use? I'll just use my art glitter glue to put that seam on, and then I'll put the glue onto the substrate, which I'm using here. And I know that this will stick good. I'm getting right to the edge. I'm going to sew around this, but you don't have to. I showed a prayer journal that I made once in a video about a year ago. Do you think I can find it? No. I know it's there somewhere. I showed it in a video. I didn't show how to make it. I just showed how I did it. The Lord really led me to making it, but I gifted it, so I don't have it. So, here we go. That looks good. Well, it could come up a little bit. I'm so fussy, but it's not going to come up a little bit because, Cheryl, it's art glitter glue. Okay, so, and I'm not really worried or concerned because, like I said, it may have lace or something on it. I don't know. Okay, so now I need to, oh, good. Let me just go down here. Even though I'll probably be cutting this off, I just want to make sure it's together. I hope you're all doing well. I have no idea if this is going to go up or not, but I hope so. It might not go up till I get home, but you just never know. Okay, so now I have to decide where I want this to start, which is about here. I want it a little bit, I want it, you know, going over a little bit. If I want to cut it later, I can, but I'm going to have it go over just a little bit. So now I'm going to flip it over like this. Okay. And even though this isn't exactly like, you know, it comes down a little bit here, what have you, I want it to look a little bit, I don't want it to look so pristine. I want it to look homemade. And I want it to look kind of aged and old and pretty. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I really feel like I'm getting a cold. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just get a ruler. And I am going to simply make sure I have it where I want it. Pencil? Where are my pencils? Excuse my reach. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to come over just, well, it really doesn't matter. I just know that that's where I want to cut it. Okay, So now all I'm going to do is take my ruler. I'll use this one, even though sometimes it doesn't hold, you know, real stiff like my steel one, but there. I'll just put that scrap over there just for now. I usually keep my scraps right in a bag so I can play with them, you know. So, again, this is going to be my cover. Okay. So I'm only going to glue around the edges because I don't want this real stiff on here. Does that make sense? So I'm just going to take I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac because I'm going to be sewing it. So, and I'm going to glue it onto the cardboard. So I'm just doing this around the edges, not all the way to the top, but pretty much. And maybe I will go ahead and tack this down. I think I will. I think I'll glue the whole thing just a little bit and spread it so that there's no lumps or bumps. Okay? This dries really fast, so I have to work fast. Sometimes I think on my feet, as you can see. So now I'm just going to take my spreader, which is just a silicone makeup brush. I'm going to spread that so I don't have any glue bumps in my paper. I'm using 27-pound HP copy paper for the cover. And like I said, you may not even see a lot of this because I may be covering with, I have a lace collar I've wanted to use for a long time. I just don't know if I can finagle it to fit this particular journal. So that will be in a long time coming video. Unless I can get some of this made. Okay, so now I'm just going to take it and I'm going to place it so that it's not right on the edge, but it's kind of straight. And press it down. Go all the way along and press it down like so. And then do not touch it until it dries. Because if you do, you're going to get, you know, folds in your paper. You don't want any creases, so you want to wait until this dries. And I'm not going to touch it for about a half hour. I don't need to. I may even put it under a heavy book, just so I know that that's nice and stuck and looks good. Okay? So, very neutral, very pretty. There it is. It's so pretty. I think it's going to be lovely. And this is from, I think it's called Pretty Neutrals. Let me check. I have my computer open. Yes, this is the Pretty Neutrals wallpaper. And I think it's kit 1. This particular one. No, it's 2. Pretty Neutral Wallpaper 2. From Raindrop Lila. No, maybe it's 1. Oh no, here it is. Pretty neutral wallpaper. Nope, that's not it. It is page 1. Okay, this is from page 1 of the Pretty Neutral Wallpaper Kit. If you are interested in doing neutrals, I'll show you some of the other pages. I was going to do my, and I still might, I was going to do my altered book in this, which I am still planning on doing, just probably it could be the new year, because I have a couple of Christmas journals I need to make. But this is the Pretty Neutrals. This is the page layouts, the wallpaper. It's just gorgeous. It's just, I think it's just, there's some more of those. These are file folders I'll be using. This I already had printed. Here are some of hers. I think I showed these in the last video. These are from her Angels kit. I thought they'd be perfect for a prayer journal. And some other things I had already printed. I have these, which I've already done a while ago. So these are from the Rosie kit, and they're all beautiful. I did them in the glass glitter, but they're great scriptures. So I'll be using those as well. Just giving you some ideas. Lace, and then go through, if you have, you know, something like this that you have already, you know, printed images and things like that, you know, go in it. Now, see, this is perfect. Here's a little girl with a lamb. This is her Little Lambs kit, I believe. So that's perfect. Here's another one that's already printed. So if you have something already that's printed, go through it and see what you have before you go ahead and print anything further. Okay? So that's it for today's video, because I need for this to dry. And then I'm going to go over, once this dries, I'm not going to cut it yet. I'm going to kind of just go over this a little bit here and there with my gesso. Okay? And then I'm going to take it from there. All right? So until next time, be well, be kind, and God bless. Love y'all. Bye-bye.